let's get to the real part that you actually want to see then, which is reviewing a job match and watching how that works. So I've created a demo CV, and basically, which is my experience, because I know myself well enough that I'll be able to see what comes up. And this will give you an overview of exactly how you can use it to apply for certain jobs. Okay. So the process starts, click review job match, and it pops up with a screen that asks you to paste your CV and paste the job description. Okay. One thing I've been asked before, why can't you just upload your CV and keep it there? Okay. But you've got to bear in mind that the expectation is to tailor your CV for every role. So I've left it deliberate so that if you're analyzing different CVs and things like that, you can paste whatever one is the most relevant one. Okay. So I'm going to start by selecting all of my CV and simply pasting that in. And then I'm going to go with a job description. So this is some job descriptions that I've pulled together based on certain scenarios that the tool will hopefully play for me and do as it's supposed to. So I've taken the full job description in here and pasted it in, and the same with the full CV. Scroll further down and press the review job match button, and it'll think about it and take a moment to come up with the analysis and produce the report. So this scenario is hopefully going to show me a top candidate result. And where it's a top candidate, this means that you're a very close match to the role that has been advertised, and you would likely be a good fit for that type of opportunity. And thankfully, it has in fact done that for me, 95%, which is one of the top scores. But again, this job description was written to give me this result. So it's very rare. I'm not even sure if it has ever given a 95%. So in terms of the report that you see, first of all, you would notice up front that this is recommendations only. And one of the things that you've got to bear in mind is that whilst your CV has a certain description of your skills, and whilst a job description has a certain perspective of what the job is, it's only at the hands of the information it's receiving. So if there's something missing from the job description, that's obviously not going to form part of this. If there's something omitted from your CV in relation to your experience, that's obviously not going to form part of it either. It's only intelligent enough to look at your CV and the job description. So then it gives you a ranking, 95%, which again is better than I've ever seen, and tells you why you're a good fit for the role and what your key transferable skills are. Okay. It'll also focus in on your potential gaps and development areas and what your application strategy needs to be. Now, I'm going to dive in on an example that's more of a transferable skills and show you how to use that report specifically so that you can get familiar with it and understand how that works, because it's better to work through an example and take that from there. And next, we're going to look at unsuitable match, so you can see what that looks like. So again, I'm going to copy my CV, paste it into the tool, and copy a job description for this role is completely unsuitable for me. Again, as it recommends that I go for it, I've built the wrong tool. But ultimately, the difference with the unsuitable role here, it will not give you recommendations on how to tailor your CV or to go for the role if it doesn't think you're a suitable match, because my honest view is that you shouldn't be investing the time and space to go for a role that you're not a close enough match to. And it's typically built that a match rate of 70% or above, with a handful of exceptions. It will not recommend the actions that you need to take off the back of that. But here we are, unsuitable role, don't apply for it. Your CV demonstrates planning, career development. This is global supply chain and logistics. This summary will always give you a high level overview of exactly why it's made that recommendation. And if you want to go deeper, it does highlight the transferable skills that you've got, but it focuses on the vast amount of skills that I don't have for this particular opportunity. Okay. No recommendations are provided as applied to this role is not recommended. Okay. So the final scenario I'm going to show you then is the transferable skills match. So again, this role, my background is workforce planning, it's resource management, it's career coaching. So strategic workforce planning is a skill that I've got, but I've never actually done recruitment. So a global talent acquisition role is a stretch for me. So let's put it through its paces and see what happens. So basically, review the job match, paste the job description in, and paste the CV in. I've done that the wrong way around. And this is the transferable skill match. And review job match. So again, transferable skills is something that you've got the everyday skills to do. But if someone has a closer industry match, or if someone has a closer skills match, ultimately, there will be a top candidate. The majority of roles that you apply for will fall into the transferable skills match bucket, because if a hiring manager has been really extensive about the skills they're looking for, it's going to be highly unlikely that they're actually going to find someone that has each and every element that they're looking for. And again, the tool is trained to give you recommendations about what you need to do in order to handle those roles. So try not to be disheartened if you find that your transferable skills match a lot of the time. It's actually a good thing. You've got plenty of transferable skills to offer. It just means you have a wee bit more work to do to your CV in order to get it up to the standards that you're looking for.